Do I have your permission to share this video with my online DAT class, Corrective Techniques for Movement Dysfunction?
Yes.
All right, so this is my video for breathing. So the first part is the assessment of breathing. For him, we're going to do a high-low technique where one hand is on the belly and one hand is on the chest, and just watching his normal breaths, noting which hand moves the most. Ideally, you want more of the hand on the belly to be moving more so than the hand on the chest, especially with this normal resting breathing pattern. All right. So for the next assessment, I'm going to do the 90-90 hips. I'm going to have hands down at his side, just making sure that he is activating his core and watching for where his breathing comes from, if it comes from his belly or it comes mostly from his chest. All right, and then in this position, you can also be in that high-low pattern, just so that everything is well noted. So the next thing is having him just do a little bit of a march. So bring one foot down, having the heel touch, and then bringing back up, and alternating legs back and forth, noting whether or not he's holding his breath, and where that he continues to breathe while he's doing this movement pattern. All right, so next thing is, or the next progression is having him in a dead bug position. You can have his feet on the ground, arms down at his side, and what he's going to do is just bring his knees, bring one foot up off the ground about 6 inches and then touch it back down with the opposite hand touching the knee. And in this position, we're kind of getting that crossover opposite arm with opposite leg movement while still maintaining that good breathing pattern. All right, so the next progression, I'm going to throw him TheraBand. He's going to be doing scapular retraction with external rotation, keeping those palms up so that his upper body is sort of stable and has to maintain that contraction, and then he's just going to be doing the same, lifting the foot up off the floor and putting it back down. So while he has to maintain the upper body contraction, he has to keep normal breathing and still be able to move his lower body. Good. All right. Next is being in the quadruped position. Making sure that knees are right under the hips, knees are at 90 degrees, and that his wrists are right underneath his shoulders. Okay, so while he's in this position, the first thing we're just going to assess, make sure that he has a normal breathing pattern, that it's not, he's not holding his breath while he's doing this, he's not just breathing from his chest, that he's also breathing from his belly as well. And then what I'm going to have him do is do just upper extremity movement, flexion extension pattern on one side, doing 5 reps on one side, keeping his legs where they are, just doing the upper extremity. So while he's moving his one one arm maintaining contact with the ground in that 3-point position, making sure that his core is stable and that his breathing pattern is normal. And then for the lower body, just doing a leg extension, keeping both hands in contact with the ground, and being able to extend all the way back. All right, next is quadruped with the kneeling or being on the Eric's pad. Eric's pad is going to go underneath his knees. And this progression is he is on that unstable surface. He's going to be doing the flexion extension pattern with his upper body. And while he's in that 3-point stance and one arm is coming up off the ground, maintaining that good core stability, maintaining proper breathing pattern, so that the core is stable, so that the distal extremity can do all of the movement. Okay, the last progression is having him be half kneeling, one knee on the Eric's pad, the other off, and having him do a wood chop with the opposite arm that's of the leg that's bent, just coming all the way across the body, doing a diagonal pattern. And then going all the way back. Focusing on that he's keeping his core tight, that he's not falling over off of the Eric's pad, and that he has the correct breathing pattern. Fantastic.